each other. We just want y'all to know that, okay? We love each other.
Now you letting them know we have a problem. We ain't even having no problem.
Oh, man, we have a healthy relationship. And when we feel like it's not being healthy, we know how to be like, okay, wait a minute, we got to fix it. So anyway, here we go. Healthy relationships, they exist, compassion, having compassion within your relationship, security, safety, have the freedom of thinking. That's a big one for me. I want to be able to know that I have the freedom to have my own thinking, and I don't have to think like somebody else wants me to think. I have the freedom of sharing, listening. I'm constantly working on learning how to listen and be an active listener. That's a whole other show, but that's some serious stuff right there. To be able to listen actively when a person is talking, meaning not trying to interrupt them and let them say everything they have to say. So hopefully me and Miss Vicki did that today. Have mutual love and caring. Have healthy, it says debates on here, but let's not use debates. Let's say healthy back and forth, tug of war conversation. Did you want to share anything else with the healthy before we talk about toxic?
You can have healthy disagreements and debates.
Oh, I like that. We'll say
in regard where you're respectful. It's like the way you know how you agree to disagree instead of it turning into cussing each other out, putting each other down, or telling them they don't know what they're talking about. When it's a difference of opinion, you handle it a little bit differently. Yeah.
Yes. And that's how we came up with tunnel vision. Yes, that is our whole motto of tunnel vision, to talk about things that are taboo, that people might not want to talk about, and then have the respect to know, okay, you have your opinion, I have my opinion, we're going to disagree, but we still going to be respectful. So that's the whole point of tunnel vision. Thank you, Ms. Vicki, for bringing that up. And then, Ms. Vicki, you want to share about how it could turn into an unhealthy relationship when it becomes toxic in the environment that you're in. Can you kind of share how that plays a part in making it unhealthy?
With the environment that you're in, when the person that either party is demonstrating an abusive power, like they're trying to control the individual, being demanding, selfish, showing like insecurity. I was on a podcast the other day, and matter of fact, it was T.I. and Tiny. They were having a discussion about why people aren't marrying, and they were trying to encourage people and give them the good side of, the encouraging side of being married, getting married these days, and, how you can make it work. And Tiny was sharing that one of her friends, they were discussing how single women are more happier. Statistics show that single women are more happier. The statistics that she found or she looked at had said that women are more happier single than married. That the single women it's more women that are happy single than are married.
All right, there.
T.I. disagreed, but she was saying, she gave an example of a single woman that used to be married and now she's single. And one of the things that she went through in her marriage was toxic. And that was her spouse was very insecure. And he was so insecure that he used to accuse her of messing around all the time. Like, she was always defending herself about him accusing her of being with somebody else. And she was totally not doing anything. And usually the old saying is, if they're accusing you, that means they're doing it. However,
Silky.
We didn't find out in the conversation if that was the case, but the issue was since now she's single, she's happy. like she don't have to be in that type of situation. And then it knocks your tolerance down too. So it's like you normally, if you are in a toxic relationship and then you're not in one anymore, it doesn't want you don't feel, it's like you have to build yourself back up and like free yourself up from being with someone and just be with yourself for a while, because now your level of tolerance is very low. So if you were to get into a relationship right away after getting out of a toxic relationship, the normal stuff that you go through relationships, you wouldn't even be able to deal with that. You don't want to cook for them. You don't want to do anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? You don't want to do that. Submit one to another, only when you feel like it, because your tolerance has been knocked away because you've been treated bad. Another thing is being self-centered, criticized, being negative, just all those things I said, dishonesty, just a bad attitude, making all these comments and stuff. All those things are toxic, is considered unhealthy in a relationship. And we are bringing this up, and I know there's people that are in relationships and there's some that are not. Relationships meaning marriage, and there are some that are single. And we hope that you can take these tools and use them to help you if you're in a toxic relationship, because I don't wish that on nobody. A toxic relationship can really cause people damage. I know for a fact that you can become sick from being in a toxic relationship. You can end up with all kind of health problems, whether it's from physical abuse or mental. Mentally, you can become almost psychotic because you always, like, you become nervous, all these different characteristics that you end up, doing because of reacting to the way the person is treating you. Some people turn to drugs and alcohol. Some people turn to some form of addiction, to cope in those environments. So the unhealthy, I wanted to start off with healthy and just highlighting the example of my newfound healthy relationship, which I'm not saying I didn't have it before, but I just recognized I recognized it, and I've talked to men and women about that same thing, and they were like, absolutely, but there wasn't anybody walking around saying it. So I'm like, well, let's say it out loud so people can recognize. Some people probably don't even think about that, but you can.
That is
you can have even if you land next to your partner, you know what I'm saying? You can still have a good relationship in the bed, but just know this. Recognize the unhealthy part, the toxic communication and those toxic characteristics to hopefully be able to avoid them. And hopefully you can recognize them ahead of time before you get in that type of relationship. Me and DJ Dika always discuss different ways on how, different topic matters. The last topic we talked about was escape plan. So if you're in a situation where you are in an abusive relationship that it's not going to change, at least while you're there, then you can listen to our show. I believe it's the Peekaboo one. You can
Peekaboo,
listen to
I Can't
that.
See You, yes.
Yeah, Peekaboo, I Can't See You, and there's a series of discussions that we had on what to do and things like that. And we were talking about how it affects children, but there was an escape part in there on steps to how to get out of it. But I just wanted to mention that since we went so deep into the toxic relationship and even to the point where, abusive physically or emotionally. And I wanted to say this before I let Dika speak. Emotional can be just as bad as physical. It can be just as bad. So don't denote because they're cussing you out, calling you out of your name, putting you down all the time, that's all they do. No, that's a lot, because that's tearing your self-esteem, tearing at your self-esteem. And I'm going to tell you, I know people that they was in that type of situation and they couldn't even stay there. Well, I'm talking about people. I need to be talking about myself. I'm going to be transparent.
Well,
I was in a situation like that. And I'm telling you, the devil started getting in my mind, and I was like, oh, my God. Before I knew it, I was trying to figure out how to, I knew their routine, that they drank coffee. And all of a sudden, I started thinking about what I put in their coffee to make them have to use the bathroom all the time, or just something that brings some kind of hurt to them. And that is, that's witchcraft. Well, let me not go deep, because some of y'all may not understand. But I'm just saying, like, that's actually an offense. I can be put in jail for stuff like that. And then what if I really hurt
Ladies and gentlemen. So, ladies and gentlemen,
I'm just saying, you know, yes, go ahead.
Okay. You know how she was talking about her relationship? See, I got to make it funny, because we've been talking about this deep stuff for the last 20 minutes. Okay, look. Let's have a comical here.
I just mentioned it really short, and I wasn't trying to go into my relationship. I was just sharing that one part, and I shared it.
Excuse me.
Go ahead.
Can I talk now? Excuse me. Okay. She was talking about her bed and her good relationship with her bed. And then she was talking about the bar and how that could be a bad relationship. Well, she should have added, you know, she was talking about the devil and how she was thinking about how she could have put something in their drink or whatever and possibly ended up in trouble or jail. That's a relationship with the police right there. That's the relationship with the criminal justice system. So now we got a relationship with our bed. Now we got a relationship with a bar. Now we got a relationship with the criminal justice police department. Man, Vicky need to go to the jail. Okay, anyway. I just had to, you know, bring that forth. Okay, little comedy, man. All right. Okay, so we got two negative relationships, the bar and the police department, and we only got one healthy relationship with her and her band. So before we get off the air, hopefully Ms. Vicky will be able to give us a positive, so we can have 2-2. Okay, 2 plus 2 is 4. Okay, so I just wanted to add a little bit more before we go into the healthy, and then we're going to use another example from a TV show. So we've been talking about healthy toxic relationships, so I just wanted to add that toxic relationships come in many forms. So, you know, like talking about the bed, the bar, husband and wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. But it's not just that. Let's not get twisted. They got all different types. Toxic partners, toxic friendships, toxic parent-child relationships, or toxic coworkers. And that's just to name a few. So that means tell me it's about a whole many more. But we don't have time to go down that list. So, Empire, we're going back to TV. You know how Ms. Vicky was talking about, I like, you know, my relationship with my TV. I mean, ain't no joke with that one. I just got to add this other joke. See, I'm part of tunnel vision. I'm part of the encouragement part. I'm part of helping to tell the serious part. But I'm part of the really tell comics, okay? My relationship with my TV is so serious. I would put my TV over a man, for real, okay? Because if I didn't have my TV during this virus, oh my God, I'm telling you, with God,
so it can become unhealthy. It could become unhealthy then.
Can I finish my thoughts? What did I say earlier? Toxic friendship. What did I say? I'm just playing. I'm being funny. We don't have a toxic friendship. But we don't have time for that. We cut it off before it even gets there. But anyway, I'm not trying to focus on it being unhealthy. I'm just trying to say my TV, my relationship with my TV is important to me. I grew up, that was my best friend before you came along. Okay. So, during this coronavirus, when I was thinking about music and my TV, I'm straight. Now, if that TV go out, oh, silky.
I told you.
That actually happened. What? What?
It can become unhealthy.